Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is my September favorites video. My last favorites video I uploaded was actually the last video I filmed, edited, and uploaded in my old beauty room before I did my full remodel. And I'm still working to get this room put together, but it's came a really long way and I am so excited. I haven't been testing as much makeup and stuff over the last month because I've been so busy with this room remodel. So this video is not going to be solely all about makeup. There's going to be products I'm just going to randomly talk about that I have just been absolutely loving for the month of September. Before we get started, this video is kindly sponsored by my partner SKILLSHARE. They have been partnering with me for a while now and I am just so grateful for their support for my channel. It keeps me going and keeps me able to buy products to review for you guys. So thank you to SKILLSHARE for partnering with me on this video. SKILLSHARE, if you guys have never heard of it, I've talked about it in my last favorites video. It's an amazing platform to get you information on anything you are interested in, whether it's photography, art, gardening, whatever you're interested in, they have a class. It's pretty amazing. I have been actively on SKILLSHARE for the last couple of months and I've just really learned a lot and absorbed a lot of information. They give you step-by-step instructions and sometimes that's the best way for me to learn. You can give me the information, but if I have to kind of dissect it and put it into steps, it won't work for me. That is the reason why SKILLSHARE has been such a great platform for me personally, is because it just is that step-by-step instructions that I personally need. Right now, I am currently taking a class on how to get the best out of my camera. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to upgrade my camera or if I'm going to try to make the camera that I have work. And so I've been kind of taking some classes on really how to learn my camera, because that has been one of the biggest struggles. When it comes to cameras, it is like a whole other world of opportunities and what you can do with them. So I'm currently taking some classes on how to get the most out of my camera, or if it's time for me to invest. Because SKILLSHARE is partnering with me on this video, they are offering my followers, the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box down below, will get a free month trial. So it's something that you can try before you commit to actually buying, which I appreciate that. So thank you to SKILLSHARE. The link will be listed in the description box down below. Thank you to SKILLSHARE for partnering with me on this video. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the video, you guys. I got some favorites. I do have a few fails I'm going to talk about, so I will save those for the last, but I want to dive in and talk about the first product. You guys have heard me talk about this Lipo Naturals for a while. I've spoke about it kind of off and on. This is like straight vitamin C and it's a liquid form. This is the type of vitamin C that your body actually absorbs, which is amazing. Pill form, the way that your body kind of breaks it down, you end up urinating a lot of it out. But this, your body actually is able to absorb it. I can't tell you how many times I have been a caregiver for my family that have been sick, whether it's my kids or my husband, over the last 2 years, that I have not gotten sick because I take this every single day. I just take 1 dose at night. It's better to take it at night for me personally, but this has been something I've absolutely loved. Well, they recently launched this, and the taste is a little different. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't taste good either, but I've gotten so used to it that I don't need to chase it. But my husband and my family, you know, they'll take it and they'll plug their nose and then chase it with water and try to get the taste out because it doesn't taste that good. This one I'm starting to get used to, but this is their Gluathion. I am loving this as well. I feel like I'm so much more alert and just so much like functioning better. I'm sleeping better. I've only been taking it for about 2 weeks and I've actually started to notice a difference in how just I feel overall. This is a primary oxidant that protects cells from damage caused by free radicals and aging. It's vital for restless sleep, healthy brain and liver function by detoxifying your body, supercharges your immune system. I have been loving this. So this has been my holy grail for 2 years. Now that I found this and I am taking them both. So I wanted to mention it in case many of you guys have used this and fallen in love with it. If you go to their website, this is now available and it is fantastic. So wanted to mention that really quick. Let's move on to the next product that I'm kind of excited about, to be honest with you. So this is so silly, but I get a lot of comments on my hair being so shiny. I just got my hair colored. Every time I go to get my hair colored, I always have her put a gloss on it, on the whole hair, because the gloss kind of gives that shine to the hair, especially at this color with the color that I have right now, which is pretty close to my natural color, by the way. This is probably the closest I've ever been to my natural color. But anyway, I have always loved how it looks when she puts a gloss on it, but the gloss only lasts about 2 or 3 weeks and then it starts to fade. And normally I get my roots done for my gray about 6 to 8 weeks. So I found this at Cosmo Pro, but you can buy it on Amazon. This is the best hair gloss because it's so easy. You don't have to mix it with anything, nothing. You put it straight on the hair. This is from My Dentity. That's the brand. And it's Guy Tang who created it. And this is called a Superpower Direct Dye. This one is in the shade Sheer Power. So it's sheer, right? So it doesn't have any color in it. The nice thing is you don't have to mix it with anything. You take it out of the tube, put it in your little bowl, and start combing it through your hair and leave it. I think I left it for about 20 minutes or so, and then I washed it. Of course, you apply it on dry hair. Holy smokes, my hair shines like crazy. So if you're like me and you like your hair to be kind of have that shine and gloss, but shine spray, you know how shine spray is. When you put too much shine spray on, it can get looking oily and kind of gross. It just doesn't look very pretty, and it really doesn't last throughout the day. It kind of looks shiny when you first apply it, but later on the evening, that shine is gone. Not with this. I have fallen madly in love with this. I've bought a couple of them, and this is amazing. If you guys are interested in a nice hair gloss that will shine up your hair, this is fantastic. Next, I have to talk about this new brush from Goss. Well, it's not technically new, but it's new to me. I've had it for about 2 or 3 weeks. It's called the Airbrush. So he first launched this and it sold out, and he just restocked it. And so I picked it up on the restock. Holy moly, this brush is amazing. If you've been with me for a while, you know how much I love my soft cheek brush from Sonia G to apply my Charlotte Tilbury powder right here in this area. Okay, this has been like my holy grail brush. These two are like married together forever until I found this brush. I think I'm gonna now start using the soft cheek for highlighter once I wash my brushes, but I love this brush. This, I can't even describe to you how it applies powder, but it's probably the best finishing powder brush I have found. Like putting the powder right here on that delicate eye area, and the way that the brush picks up the powder, because it's so light and airy. This is Soft Blue Squirrel Bristles. I knew it was squirrel. I wanted to make sure before I started flapping my mouth. But you guys, the way that this brush applies powder, it's like a little kitty paw, like touching the If you're like me and you love to put finishing powder in this area, this brush is a must have. If you guys are interested, I will leave it linked in the description box down below, but oh my gosh, does it feel amazing. Speaking of brushes, I have to mention this set from BK Beauty and the collaboration with Angie from Hot and Flashy. I love this brush set. Multiple reasons. Number one, this concealer brush is so good. It like hugs those really small areas on the under eye, and it's the baby version of this foundation brush. This is the BK Beauty 101 foundation brush, which I have absolutely loved this brush for applying foundation. So Angie decided to create a mini version of this for the concealer and nailed it. Like the way that BK Beauty and Angie came up with the shape, it is perfection. So many of you guys have asked me about this brush. I've used this in so many videos, in so many tutorials, and this is from Nabla. This is the N205 brush. And I think I got this in a Trend Mood box. You know how Trend Mood on Instagram, they have like a subscription box every month. And I think one month they had collaborated with Nabla, and it had a bunch of Nabla like palettes and stuff, and then it had a brush set. And I have just loved this brush. Out of all of those brushes, this is the one that I use the most. So when I saw this brush in Angie's set, this is the A504. These two are so similar. And I have a feeling that this one is going to be replacing my Nabla. Or just if my Nabla is too dirty, I can pull for this one, or vice versa. Love this brush. This gives you such control when you're blending in those hard to kind of reach areas, or if you don't want to blow it out too much. But it kind of reminds me of the mini booster from Sonia G. This one right here. They're so similar. You can see right here, the mini booster is still even a little bit bigger than this one. And I have fallen in love with this brush. Also, she has one that's just a little bit bigger, which is perfect. This is the A502. So you can see this is the A504, and then you have the A502, which is just a little bit bigger. We also have this one that is also bigger, which I use this one to kind of blend out the pigment. So I'll use these to kind of apply and define, and then I'll use this bigger one, which is the A503, to blend it out. Great brush set, you guys. I have to talk about this mini retro from Natasha Denona. I am still really loving this palette. Here's the crazy thing. This might be the first Natasha Denona palette that I have loved that is filled with the cream powder formula. I keep calling it cream to powder. You know how when you just get used to saying something and you just can't switch back? As I watched my review of this palette and as I was editing, I hated that I kept calling it cream to powder, but it's cream powder, okay? Creamy powder, cream powder. But I can't say cream powder. It doesn't make sense to me. So I have to say cream to powder because I think it makes more sense for me. I don't know. But anyway, that's here nor there, but whatever. This is probably the first palette that I have loved that has that formula in here, and I enjoy it. I actually enjoy using that formula in this palette. It's got such a richness to it, and these colors in particular, the way that the cream to powder kind of blends into the eyelid, I have just been really enjoying it. It is a great palette. Beautiful, like Natasha Denona. I mean, you could even create the look that I'm wearing right now with this palette. It's very beautiful and so fall vibe. One of those palettes that I'm going to be wearing during the fall often because it's just so beautiful. And I'm still loving it. I had to tell you, I am still loving that palette. So the next product, it was too big to kind of bring down here with me, right? So I'm gonna show you a picture of them sitting on my stove. One of them has actually chicken noodle soup that I made for my family, but I just put it on the stove to take this picture. I am absolutely in love with the Our Place pans. Let me tell you, I first bought the frying pan, okay? So that's the smaller one, and I have just loved it. I've been using it for probably 4 or 5 months. I've used it so much, and it looks brand spanking new. I have loved that pan. Anybody that's came to my house, like my mom, my mother-in-law is still here visiting from Florida. She's been here since we got back from Florida at the end of June. My husband's used that pan, my sons use that pan, my daughters use that pan. So many people use that pan and love it. It cooks evenly and it's the easiest to clean. It is the best pan on the market. And I have spent some money on some pans, you guys. I'm actually planning on buying some of them for Christmas gifts for like my mom and my mother-in-law because they are fantastic. So when they launched the pot, you guys, I jumped all over that. I like went and I was like, I need it right now. They have multiple different colors. If you guys have been seeing this brand pop up on your Instagram and you've been wondering how they work, I am here to tell you, I would not lie to you. I do not come on my channel and lie to you. I am here to tell you they are worth every penny, every single penny. I love those pans. If you guys have been interested in them, I will leave a link in the description box down below. Our Place pans, you guys, that is where it is at. They are fantastic. And yes, they are gonna make the best Christmas gifts. I'm so excited to buy them for my family. They're gonna love them. So now that we've made it through the products that I loved for the month of September, let me talk about a few products that I'm not super happy with. First, we're going to talk about the Tom Ford concealer. I am still just not in love with this. You guys, it just weighs too heavy in my under eyes. It's just not that pretty on my under eyes. It weighs too heavy and it creases so bad. I've continued to kind of play with it and try to make it work, but I just can't get this sucker to work. I'm not there's so many people that have been loving this concealer. Just want to update you. I'm still trying to make it work, and every time I wear it, I just do not like it. So the Tom Ford concealer, I think I'm going to say goodbye to it, and I'm not going to keep trying anymore because it's just not working out. It's just not. Let's talk about these 3 new lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury. I think she actually launched 5 new shades. They're kind of on my shit list right now, I'm just going to tell you. So as we all know, Charlotte Tilbury launched the new holiday palette, okay? And it's the Smoky Eyes Are Forever. I reviewed that palette, and I decided to buy 3 of the 5 shades that she launched in this new formula, which is called Limitless Lucky Lips. I told you guys that I had bought them, and as soon as they arrived, I would, share my thoughts. Well, I'm not sure which video is going to go up first. I did film a video, kind of like a get ready with me testing out new products. And in that video, I talked about these and I applied them and showed you what they look like. If that video goes up before this video, I will link it in the description box down below. First of all, if you guys haven't seen that video, when I first bought these, the actual lipstick was down inside the lid on all 3 of them. So I bought 3 shades. All 3 of them, the lipstick was down inside the lid, which is such a pain in the butt. Okay, so then what's happening is they won't stay in the right spot. So like as it twists up, okay, so this right here, it moves up and down, okay, and it comes out. And because of the way that it goes in and out, if you're not careful, you'll get it out of alignment. So let me show you. It's out of alignment right now. See how it's not sitting in there the way it's supposed to? Like this one is sitting in the way it's supposed to because I just fixed it. So see how this one is sitting in the way it's supposed to and this one is sitting all wonky? So there's a design flaw in these overly expensive lip products. I sit there and try to twist it and this is what happens. See this? That is not the way it's supposed to be. So I have to sit there and get it aligned because if I put this on my mouth, oh, this is such a pain in the ass. Hold on. These are $34, okay? So I have to sit here and mess with them to get them to stay down in and unscrew them back down. Now it's aligned. So I have to sit there and mess with it to get it to line back up and go where it's supposed to go. So here's my problem. Because these are so expensive, the packaging is so cheap and ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. The formula is very, very nice. I am here to tell you this formula is beautiful. It's got so much pigment and it's long lasting. And I feel like it's an even better formula than the Matte Revolution. As I've continued to kind of play with it, it's a better formula than the Matte Revolution, but the packaging is such a pain in the freaking butt that it makes it not worth it, in my opinion. It just completely makes it not worth it. Am I the only one that's having issues with these? Because this is happening to all 3 of my shades that I have here. All 3 of them. If you're spending $34 on a lipstick that only has 1.5 grams worth of product, the casing should be very high quality, in my opinion. Like, the casing is junk. And so, yeah, they're really cute to look at, but they are not worth the $34. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. I also want to mention an update. So in that video, I was using the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. I actually really love this skin tint. My makeup looked beautiful. I am wearing it all weekend long. I'm wearing it right now. It is such a beautiful, beautiful foundation. I'm going to continue to wear it. Well, it's not really a foundation. It's a skin tint. I'm going to continue to wear it, but when I go to bed at night, my skin looks just so pretty and so soft, and it doesn't emphasize texture, and it gives me great coverage. It is very, very impressive. It's a really pretty skin tint. So that's it, you guys. Those are all the products that I've been loving for the month of September, and a few that I haven't. And again, thank you to SKILLSHARE for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate your support. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye.